If your email revenue is flat or worse, dropping, it's probably not because your subject lines suck. I'm Nicholas, founder of Lake Consulting. We've worked with over 100 e-commerce brands at this point, and here's the truth. Email doesn't operate in a vacuum. If acquisition slows, deliverability tanks, or your product hits a plateau, email revenue follows. In this video, I'll walk you through the 10 most common reasons why your email revenue is going down, and more importantly, how to fix it. If your campaigns are going out, your flows are running, and you're still not seeing results, then this is the deep dive you need. So with that being said, let me dive right into it. First things first, you need to understand that email revenue doesn't exist in a vacuum, as I mentioned before. You see, most brands think that email revenue should grow just because the email list grows or because the email list is older. That's just not the case whatsoever, right? Email is a retention channel, not an acquisition one. So if your acquisition slows down, your email performance follows. So ask yourself, are you getting less traffic or fewer first-time customers from paid or organic? Are your flows and campaigns still targeting enough high-intent users, right? A shrinking top of funnel equals a declining full volume, which equals a declining email revenue as well. Second common reason why you're seeing like a drop in email revenue is that you burn out your entire email list. What does that mean? You see, when acquisition slows down, most brands try to squeeze more from their list, like sending more discounts, stuff like that. They ramp up frequency, send more promos, and increase discounts, right? This works for a while in the short term, but it's not sustainable whatsoever. So, warning signs that you've basically burned out your entire email list is open rates start dipping, revenue per email starts flatlining, and 3, you're relying too much on discounts, right? So what's the fix here? Focus on re-engaging your top engaged segments. Engage 30 days, for example, engage 60, 120. Cut dead weight, so basically clean your email list and provide value beyond just promotions, whether it is through flows or campaigns as well, okay? Third point is your product is not built for retention, and this is a huge one I see all the time, even with my clients. So if you're selling, for example, like some products, for example, like mattresses, like this one that costs $1,000 on sale, right? Like mattresses, couches, luxury watches, for example, are not naturally built for high repeat purchases, right? High repeat rates, right? And that's okay. But if you're in a replenishment market and still seeing low repeat purchase rates, it's a huge red flag. For example, like supplements or skincare, right? So what's the fix here? Build a real retention strategy that complements your product life cycle, right? Again, a mattress and a skincare product is very different from a kind of life cycle perspective. Second, lean into post-purchase flows, replenishment reminders, and UGC to again increase those repeat purchase rates. Don't obsess over flows if your product is not made for them. Again, if you're selling mattresses, for example, right? Optimize for high LTV on the first purchase instead. So again, if you're selling mattresses, couches, or luxury watches or something like that, where it's more expensive that people just buy once, then focus on that first purchase LTV as much as AOV as much as you can, because post-purchase, you're not going to be able to increase the repeat purchase rate as much as you want, right? And that's, again, okay. Fourth point is you have not released new products in a while, or the new ones suck, which happens all the time as well. If your product assortment has not evolved in a while, your best customers may not have a reason to come back, right? It's plain and simple. Brands hit a wall because they're not launching complementary SKUs or bundling effectively, right? So what's the fix here? Launch products that expand use cases, right? Run surveys to find what customers want next. The best source of information when it comes to product development is your customer, so make sure you utilize that as well. Third, promote bundles as much as you can, and limited edition drops via email. This is huge, especially again if you haven't launched new products in a while, okay? Next point is you're attracting the wrong customers, and this is kind of outside of email. That's why sometimes diagnosing email revenue is hard, because many things are just outside of email itself, right? So discount hunters are, of course, rarely loyal. If you've leaned too hard on offers or lower price points, you might have brought in a customer base with zero LTV. So what's the data to track here? customer lifetime value of discount purchasers versus non-discount purchasers. You'll see for the most part a huge difference here, right? Repurchase rates by acquisition source as well. Track this right here, and then you'll see, this data will tell you a lot of things when it comes to your audience and your traffic overall. So refine your front end offer and add hooks to bring in value-aligned buyers instead of, again, discount hunters, all right? Next point is poor product quality or inconsistency. So if your product quality slipped, trust drops and people just eventually churn, right? Examples, you change your formula or your materials, you're having some sourcing issues, you basically you have unmet expectations after heavy marketing. So what's the fix here? Survey your VIPs and churn customers to understand why they've purchased from you multiple times and why they churn, right? Use email to reinforce quality, so behind the scenes content, supplier transparency, and product care tips as well. This is great. These angles right here, they always work really well to build trust with your audience, which is key here, okay? Next point is you've expanded channels, and this has cannibalized DTC, which happens, again, all the time. So if, for example, you've added Amazon recently, retail or wholesale, some of your returning customer revenue may just have shifted, not just disappear, right? Example, customers now buy through Amazon instead of your Shopify store, which is okay, right? Retention feels down, but it's just fragmented. So what's the fix here? If you can, try to differentiate as much as you can your DTC experience, so exclusive SKUs, loyalty perks, etc., and use email to drive people back to your DTC store as opposed to going to Amazon, for example, because Amazon customers are not yours, are Amazon's. So keep that in mind. Next point is your deliverability has dropped. You see poor list hygiene, irrelevant sends, or technical misconfigurations equals fewer people seeing your emails. So make sure to run a deliverability audit. So to check out on spam bounce and unsubscribe trends, and make sure you send it to an engaged segments only. Make sure the authentication on just the records are set up correctly, right? And then make sure you remove unengaged profiles regularly. So I've got a whole video on this, just to make sure you're landing in the inbox folder as much as you can. You can check it out. It pretty much has everything you need to know about deliverability for e-commerce, right? Next point is you're not measuring the right metrics. Sometimes revenue is not the problem, attribution is. Common issues is Apple privacy is skewing your open click data, improper attribution windows, or no lead to sell tracking for pop-ups. The sign-up rates on your pop-ups are great, but even more important are the lead to conversion rates. So make sure to track that as well, right? So track 60-day LTVs, lead to conversion rates on pop-ups, flow conversion rates, especially welcome and abandoned flows, and then percentage returning customer revenue year over year as well. Finally, your email strategy is to scale. If you're still sending the same campaigns you were a year ago, your list is probably bored, right? So remember, people don't just want discounts. They want content, education, social proof behind the scenes, launches, and community stories, right? So just in order to fix this right here, send between 2 and 4 campaigns a week, mix content buckets. So you can do promotional, educational, testimonial-based, value add. And then also from time to time, you can test plain text emails from the founder or from the team for re-engagement as well. So final thoughts here. Email is not magic. It cannot save a poor product, bad acquisition, or disengaged audience. But when it's paired with strong fundamentals, like great offers, compelling products, engaged traffic, it becomes a profit machine and also a data collection machine as well. So start your audit with this checklist right here. How's your traffic doing? Are your flows working? Are you sending enough validated campaigns? Is your list clean? Are you attracting the right buyers? Once you fix those, email will carry its weight again. Okay, so if you found value in this video right here, please consider subscribing to my free newsletter. I drop value 3 times a week here, and these are things I don't share anywhere else. And if you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 50K per month right now, and you want a high-performing email and SMS marketing team to audit your account, your Klaviyo account, feel free to book a time that works for you using my calendar link in the YouTube description. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.